Welcome to Fueling Your Legacy, hosted by Samuel Knickerbocker. Each week, we expose the faulty foundational mindsets of the past and rebuild a new, stronger foundation essential in creating your legacy. We've got a lot of work to do, so let's get started. How do we create the worthiness inside of ourselves, and where does that come from? I want to share a few stories with you. Some from my earlier childhood and some more recent. As growing up in a family of 11 kids, I didn't really feel like I had a lot of value. We moved around a little bit as kids. I would be, to further explain this story, my little sister, when she was born, she had some problems with her intestines, and during her medical surgeries and things, we were shipped out to a great aunt's house, and although it was very loving environment, I didn't feel like I was loved. I didn't feel like I was cared about, mostly because I didn't really understand what was going on. Okay. Either way, it engendered throughout my life these feelings of not feeling like I had a lot of value and not feeling worthy of people's love, care, attention, whatever. And maybe I should count my blessings that nothing crazy in my life ever happened enough that I needed that type of attention. So there's a positive way of looking at it. But regardless, I didn't feel like very, very important. And as I got older, that I started acting out in ways that were not very great. I would become violent. I yelled a ton at my siblings, just always yelling at them. I threatened to run away. I did run probably like down the block. It wasn't very far, but I was very discontent as a child and didn't feel like I had a lot of worth. Felt like if I just disappeared, everything would be okay. Everything would be fine. I didn't feel worthy of success. I didn't feel worthy of leadership. I didn't feel worthy of income or anything as a younger child, mid-teens. Well, that changed when I went out and did summer sales. I had to confront the fact that I didn't feel worthy about something and begin to feel worthy about it. I ended up being very successful in that career. But then what's interesting about this belief system, or who I had become, was that every time I had a new experience, I had to reconfront that feeling of being worthy or not being worthy. Every time something else happened or somebody said something, I had to then readdress whether I felt worthy or not. And that's it just didn't really work well with my lifestyle and what I wanted to accomplish, because I was always having to deal with this feeling of worthy or unworthiness. Well, now into my other business, I was spinning my wheels, so to say. I was just working really hard, not really getting anywhere. And then what happened is I was listening to a podcast one day. Hopefully you're listening to this on Facebook, or listen to a podcast and we can have the same effect here. But anyways, I was listening to this podcast, and the guest on the podcast offered a free coaching call, basically to help any entrepreneur, anybody who was there, get a free coaching call with her for a half an hour. And it's like, man, I don't know what's going on in my business. I don't know why I can't succeed right now. So please give me a call. And so I set up an appointment, gave her a call, and over the next half hour of conversing with her, we really dug deep into why I wasn't being successful. I was doing all the right actions. I was talking to people. I was saying the right things, all those things. But when it came down to it, even though I was doing all the work, because I inside myself didn't feel worthy of success, didn't feel worthy of leadership, didn't feel worthy of being a father, didn't feel worthy of being a husband, all these things I just didn't feel worthy of, because of my own self-worth, that I didn't really view myself as feeling worthy. That resulted in no results, or well, there's definitely results, but not the results that I wanted. And as soon as I realized, wow, this is legitimately a worthiness issue. I don't feel worthy. Before, it was hidden from view. I didn't recognize that was the issue that I had. But through that coaching call, I was able to recognize that, and she helped me process and shift my belief to then, now I feel worthy of success no matter what's going on in my life, no matter how many failures, no matter how many rejections, no matter how I show up in the world. I know that I'm worth success, and that I'm worthy of leadership, and that people can follow me, and I'm worthy of that. And that is a huge, huge, great, just wonderful feeling, really, to know that is the case. Well, what changed was, over the next month, or next 2 or 3 months, my income and my ability to provide for my family quadrupled. I went from making about $1,000 a month to making over $4,000 a month. And now some months I've made up to $7,000, right? I completely changed what I thought about myself. And then all of the meeting, all the intention, all of those things, they started showing up differently. And I had become somebody who believed he was worthy of success, believed that he was worthy of leadership. And as a result, people have begun to follow me. My team has grown. Everything in my life has changed, really. I've shown up better in my family, shown up better as a father, shown up better as a son. All those things in my life have changed because I changed what was going on up in my mind about worthiness. And so I challenge you, you may not recognize that that is maybe the root of the issue, but to really solve that, we have to go back to all of those experiences that have created in us a sense of unworthiness. We have to go change our identity to those things, just like I did at the beginning of this video, where I said, hey, look, as a young child, everybody else had things going on in their life, and I didn't feel valued because I never got the attention that I wanted. Well, I could look at that as I'm not valued, or I can look at that as, wow, I'm so grateful that I never had a tragedy happen in my life to the point that I needed individual attention and needed that, because I didn't have anything like that. So, wow, I'm so grateful now that I was able to free up my parents, my siblings, my grandparents, whoever it was. By me not needing that specific attention, I was able to free them up to go give it to those other people in my life, my siblings, who needed it more than me. And so it's all about reframing your identity and creating an identity of gratitude and worthiness. And once you are able to create that, then I promise you, your whole entire life will change, and you'll begin to see a more brighter future every day. You'll be able to see the things that you're grateful for rather than things that you're lacking. And as you do that, I would say start sharing that with others. Share that message of you feeling worthiness and how you accomplish that, because more people in this world, especially with the social media construct that we're in, we need people around us to feel worthy, to feel included in something and in their life, and feel worthy that their life is worth living. And one thing I will say again is, you never know how somebody's feeling. They may look fine on the outside, but on the inside, they may be struggling. So treat everybody as if they're struggling, and that you're always there to lift people up, and that will create a happier life for you and for them and for those around you. So again, please like, comment, review, share this, take a screenshot, whatever, to let other people know that here's a message of joy and happiness. If you'd like to contact me, you can do it either through Facebook or DM on Instagram. SS Knickerbocker is my at there. And also, please, on the podcast, there will be show notes where you can reach me directly as well. Thanks for joining us today. If what you heard resonated with you, please like, comment, and share on social media. Tag me so I can give you a shout out on the next episode. And thanks to all those who have left a review. It helps spread the message of what it really takes to build a legacy that lasts. Catch you next time on Fueling Your Legacy.